When faced with foreign invasions, rulers of the Mughal dynasty frequently abandoned their palaces to endure exile in the forest rather than submit. This persistence allowed them to maintain the world's longest ruling ancient dynasty. To understand the mechanics of this legacy, we must isolate the geography of Mewar, decode the region's political structure before Indian integration, and analyze the four distinct theories regarding the dynasty's origin. This map shows India prior to 1947. Within the Rajputana region, the territory was managed through a fragmented geopolitical web under British oversight rather than a single unified state. At the center of this framework sat Ajmer Merwara. This served as the sole chief commissioner's province in the region, controlled directly by the British administration. Orbiting that central hub were three independent estates, or thikanas. Their locations can be tracked using the acronym NAKUL: Nimrana in modern-day Alwar, Kushalgarh in Baswara, and Lava or Wawa in Tonk. The remaining territory was split among 19 princely states. Marwar controlled the largest landmass, Amer held the highest population, and Shapwara stood as the smallest state in both categories. In 1838, the British established Jalawar, making it the newest state in the region. Tonk remained the only territory under Muslim rule. Grasping this pre-1947 matrix is essential for historical context. The Mughal dynasty did not confine itself to a single city. Its various branches governed different segments of this southern grid. The core territories of the Mewar region encompass modern-day Udaipur, Rajsamand, Chittorgarh, and parts of Bhilwara. The name Mewar is derived from the Mev or Mer tribes who historically populated the area. In Sanskrit literature, the region is recorded as Medkot and Pragvat. During Alexander the Great's invasion, the Shivi tribe was displaced from the Punjab region, forcing them to migrate south into modern-day Rajasthan. Upon arriving, they established the Shivi Janapad. They placed their capital at Madhyamika, a site recognized today as the town of Nagari in Chittorgarh. As the Mughal dynasty secured the region, their rulers adopted specific titles over time. The early rulers of Mewar used Rawal, later shifting to Rana, and finally adopting the title Maharana. The branches in neighboring regions used different identifiers. In Dungarpur and Banswara, they took the title Maharawal, while rulers in Pratapgarh were known as Rawat. Despite these differing titles, all these branches shared a common bloodline, deeply integrated into the specific landscape of southern Rajasthan. Mewar's survival was sustained by its physical geography. The terrain functions as a natural defensive system, which can be categorized into four specific zones. First is the Girwa. Udaipur city is enclosed by saucer-shaped circular mountain ranges that provide a natural shield against ground-based invasions. Second is the Borat Plateau, the elevated, rugged terrain between Kumbhalgarh and Gogunda. Third is the Uparmal, a rocky expanse running from Base Rogar to Bajolia. Finally, the Mewal describes the densely forested hilly territory between Dungarpur and Baswara. These deep valleys and steep drops restricted the movement of invading armies. This geography made the deployment of large-scale cavalry formations extremely difficult. By utilizing Girwa, Borat, Uparmal, and Mewal, the Mughals turned the landscape into a strategic asset, providing the physical foundation necessary for the dynasty to endure. Beyond physical defenses, Mewar operated under a unique political framework. The Maharanas did not claim to be the ultimate sovereigns of the land. Lord Eklingath, a manifestation of Shiva, was recognized as the true ruler of Mewar. The Maharanas governed the state as his Diwans. This protocol required the Maharana to visit the Eklingji temple to seek explicit permission before any military campaign or departure from the capital, a tradition known as Ashkalena. The dynasty also maintained a central devotion to their Kuldevi, Banmata, with her primary temple located within the fortifications of Chittorgarh. This governance model is summarized in the state motto found on the royal emblem, Jo Threed Rake Dharmko, Tihi Rake Kartar, God protects those who steadfastly protect their dharma. The state flag reflects this administrative reality, depicting a Rajput warrior on one side and a Bhil warrior, representing the alliance with Rana Punja, on the other. This system of divine legitimacy, combined with a functional military partnership with the Bil tribes, created a social foundation that persisted for centuries, even during periods when the forts themselves were under siege. Historical records indicate King Guhil established the foundation of this dynasty in 566 AD. Because contemporary records from the 6th century are limited, historians categorize the origins of King Guhil into 4 primary theories. Theory 1 is the Suryavanshi or solar descent origin. Promoted by Nainsi and Ojha, it claims the Guhils descend from Lord Rama's son. Physical evidence supports this. Early gold coins depict a figure bowing to the sun god. Theory 2 is the Vallabhipur origin. Formulated by Colonel James Todd, this narrative connects the Guhils to King Shiladitya and Queen Pushpavati of Gujarat. According to this account, a widowed queen gave birth in a mountain cave while seeking refuge. Born in a guha, a cave, the boy was named Guhaditya. While Theory 1 utilizes physical numismatics as evidence, Theory 2 is based primarily on local bardic traditions recorded by Todd centuries later. Theory 3 suggests an Iranian origin. Recorded by the historian Abul Fazl in the Ain-i-Akbari, this theory claims the dynasty descended from the Iranian king Nausheka Adil. Modern Indian historians largely reject this claim, viewing it as a narrative construct within Mughal historiography rather than a fact-based genealogy. Theory 4 is the Brahmin origin. Supported by D.R. Bhandarkar and Dr. Gopinath Sharma, this theory identifies the Guhils as descendants of the Nagar Brahmins of Gujarat. This theory is considered the most significant for researchers because it is built upon contemporary stone epigraphy rather than oral tradition. Stone inscriptions provide a durable, physical record that preserves the self-identification of the dynasty from its earliest periods. The Brahmin theory is supported by the Ahar inscription of 977 AD and Maharana Kumbha's Rasik Priya, both classifying the early Guhils as Vipra, or Brahmin. In historical analysis, these primary source inscriptions are often given more weight than the bardic stories of James Todd or the political chronicles of the Mughal court. The Guhil dynasty, established in 566 AD, successfully leveraged its geography and religious mandate to maintain continuous rule over the southern region. This singular bloodline will eventually fracture into 2 distinct branches, the Rawal branch and the Rana, or Sisodia branch. The Rawal branch will conclude with Rawal Ratan Singh during the invasion of Alauddin Khilji, which led to the first Saka of Chittorgarh. Our next episode covers the rise of Bappa Rawal. We will track his consolidation of power in Nagda and the military engagements that checked Arab expansion into the region. Review the 4 origin theories in your notes and subscribe for Part 2, where we begin the detailed history of Bappa Rawal.